Today I'm going to be showing you how to play a mouse rolling TCG I made up called Playful game. And I have 4 decks made right now. I have all 3 of them here. And each deck has to be divisible by 10, the amount of cards in it. And you can have, for every 10 cards, you have to have 4 character cards. And with every deck, no matter how big it is, you can only have up to 1 field card. It doesn't matter if you don't have a field card or not, but you have to have, like, if you want to have a field card, you can only have 1. So how you play is first you put your deck here, I think. Either that or over here. Yeah, I think it's over here. So you want to have a 3 card space, because you want to have a space here for your discard pile, and this card is for field cards and stuff. And you want to have a 3 by 3 space in the middle there for the main battle space, and your opponent will have the same thing over on his side, or her. But for your first turn, you want to just keep drawing until you get a character card. Tricky. Still not character card. I got He Who Shall Not Be Named. I tried naming him, it didn't work. So I would place him down the field right there, and then I have to shuffle all these cards back into my deck so I don't know where they are and stuff. And then once you and your opponent both have your character cards out, you decide who goes first. And during your first turn, there isn't really as much options. So you can either do nothing, or you can attack. And this guy has 3 attacks. Got randomness, weirdness, and chaos. And those are the damages they do. And depending on how much lives your opponent's card has, like if you can take it out with 1 hit, but you might want to have the battle last a little longer, so you skip your turn. But your second turn is where it gets interesting, because then you can, from then onward, you can draw a card each per turn, and different cards do different things. So character cards, you can only have 1 in the field at a time, unless you have a card like Town or something. But but item cards, how they're used is that you attach them to your character card and they give them special abilities. This one is Time Machine. Its ability is you can retrieve 1 card from the discard pile. Oh, and so also once you attack, then your turn is pretty much over, unless you have more than 1 character or something, like with the Town card again. And but like I said earlier, you can only have 4 character cards per 10 cards in your deck. But there is a loophole to this, and that's cards like this. Cards based off Mega Dino sometimes have 2 different ones. This card's Drago, and he has a character card, or he can be classified as an item card. So if you classify on him as an item card, then you can have more than 4 character cards in your deck, and that can be useful. And you kind of have to choose which one. Got Corn, another character card, another item card. Oh, Plant Pot is an object card. So this is what object cards do. So the 3 by 3 space on the field here, that's where you use, besides character cards, that's where you use object cards for. What they do is you can place them on the field, and like character cards, they have an amount of hit points, and once they, so if you do 2 damage to this, then it would go into the discard pile. And Plant Pot's ability is that you can put any plant, like plant or corn or carrots or something in it. And well, I've just realized I should probably show you the format of character cards. Of cards. So up here it says what type of card the card is. Here it has the name of the card. Then depending on what type of card it has, lives, a little picture. attacks and abilities with counts and stuff. And down here with character cards is playfulness, and that's one of the main points of the game. And it only comes into play with some cards like mountain and mountain range and water bottle and stuff like that. Like this plant card gives you +1 life but -1 playfulness. And also some cards, character cards, have a type right here and a weakness right here. Like Quickster here is a cuddle type, and Drago here is a fire type, and his weakness is water. You might want to pay a bit of attention to that, but some cards have them, some don't. Oh, I should probably keep this one on the field. So, got another object card. And, ooh, yeah. So, there's one other type of card that isn't one of the main types. It's unknown cards. This card is kind of off of Beyblade. I based it off of, it's called Blader Spirit. And how you identify these cards is they have a backwards question mark. And they're pretty much wild cards. So depending on what the ability is, this one gives +5 attack power and +5 playfulness. I mostly like to use my unknown cards as item cards, sometimes object cards and stuff. But you can use them as object cards, item cards, and sometimes character cards. It all depends on what the abilities of the card is. So they're kind of useful. And you can even use them as field cards if you like, I guess. Got a carrot, and what else I got in here? Sensei, Clucker, character card, wish coin, item, another character, another object, and dimensional dragon. But so how you lose the game is, so say the opponent knocks out He Who Shall Not Be Named, it goes in discard pile here. And then if I don't have any other character cards in my hand, which I do because all this pile, but if I don't have any character cards in my hand, and I don't have, which means I don't have any to place, I still have a chance to win. Because it would go over to my turn, and I can draw, and if I get a character card, I can place it there and keep going. But if it's not a character card, I lose. But if your character card gets knocked out and you have character cards in your hand, then you have to put that character card in play and then continue your turn. Got another object card. So this card gives +2 lives and -1 playfulness and 6 health because it's an object card. And here got another unknown card. This one is based off of the song from Teen Titans Go, Night Begins to Shine. It's a pretty powerful card. Unknown cards usually tend to be kind of powerful, like this one. And got Cyber Horse. Ooh, and finally I get to the field cards, because you can only have up to one field card in your deck. This one is Outer Space. It makes it so you can no longer, neither you or your opponent can place the object cards on the field. So these, in other words, if I place this down here, then it would be in effect. So these object cards can still be on the field, but neither you or your opponent can place object cards anymore. And field cards can be kind of tricky because you don't know if your opponent has one or not. And if they do, you might want to put one down as soon as possible, because if your opponent puts down a field card and you also have a field card, that means that you can't put down your field card anymore, because there can be only one field card in play at a time. And there's only one card right now that can remove field cards, and that's I'll look through. No, it's not in that deck. Which deck is it in? It's in this one. Here it is. This has to do again with the Teen Titans Go thing, and it's another unknown card. It's sweet. Got another card behind it, and it's really overpowered because it can only be used if the Night Begins to Shine and Rise Up are both in play at the same time. And its ability is, if your opponent has a unknown or field card in play, discard them and It also has an attack, has energy beam, does 29 damage, and since it's unknown lives, well, you can play this one as a character kinda, but it has unknown lives, so I don't really know about that one. What do you think of it? But it was really overpowered because even the Night Begins to Shine, one of its ability is double attack power and restore playfulness, but it doubles attack power, which means 29 times 2, and then somewhere in this deck should be the Rise Up song. Yeah, Rise Up also doubles attack power, and this means that it also says the opponent gets +2 attack power, but it doubles your attack power, so you get more. So if you take both those abilities into play, Sweet has a ridiculous amount of attack power. She can take out any card in the game right now, even Mega Dino or Ultra Dino. So she's pretty overpowered. So I think that's all for this part. In the next video, I'll show you a bit more of some of the cards. But that's all for now, and thanks for watching.